If you have ever tried to build an online business, you will most likely have noticed that your friends and family are probably not that supportive of your efforts. Even worse, if you have been trying for a while and you've squandered a lot of money and opportunities and maybe you've made some poor decisions, then chances are even higher that your friends and family are going to make passive-aggressive comments, negative comments. They're going to sort of belittle you and say things that make you feel very insecure and just make you feel like you're failing, okay? And this is very common, unfortunately. But in this video, I'm going to share with you some ways for you to overcome this so you can understand that it's way more common than you think, and the fact that there are some very simple ways simple things you can do to overcome this problem. So when I first started online back in 2012, I had no idea what I was doing. I just jumped in and started, and I Googled everything. I tried to do dropshipping, I tried blogging, I tried YouTubing, I tried every little hack, every little secret special software, every pro version. I bought all the agency licenses and I tried everything, right? And I failed miserably again and again and again, okay? Because I was just jumping in and I was enjoying the process and I was enjoying it. Unfortunately, my friends and family, they didn't quite understand what I was doing. And also I made a mistake of announcing to the world that I was doing this here, and I assumed I would succeed really quickly and that it would be easy and fast. But yeah, I was very wrong. It took me a good 8-ish years to really see true success, and the first 4 I was just drifting around buying everything and doing anything I could. Okay, fast forward 11-12 years later, here I am, and now I've got this sort of piece of advice to tell you about this. The chances are your friends and family are going to go out of their way to make you feel bad about your progress because of a few psychological issues that are very, very, very common. First of all, your parents. Your parents are unlikely to support you mainly because they want to keep you safe. Okay? It's instinctive. They want to make sure that you are cuddled and safe and cozy and comfortable and not taking unnecessary risks. It's in their blood to want to protect you, okay? Meaning their attention to putting your efforts down may not be ill-intended, okay? It's just them doing their thing to try and help you not fail, okay? But obviously it comes across the wrong way because you feel like they're against you, when in actual fact they're trying to protect you. That is a very common problem, and what you can do to solve that is to simply have a frank conversation with your family and say, look, I understand you're worried, I understand you're concerned, especially because of my previous behavior in terms of buying stuff and wasting money and wasting time. But you can tell them, look, I'm going for this and I really need your support, because if you belittle me or if you make fun of my efforts, then it really, really puts a cloud over my head and it makes it that much harder, okay? It's not an easy conversation to have, but if you try, then that might resolve that, right? But even then, they will still find it very hard because you are their baby, you are their little boy or little girl, and they'll always want to protect you if they can, okay? So when it comes to your parents, don't be too harsh, because they're trying their best, right? Now, when it comes to close friends, that is different, okay? With friends, there is a whole other dynamic in play. And the one issue I find personally with friends is the fact that if you try and change, then there's a very good chance you have to leave your friends behind, because most friends are friends because of circumstances, either through work or through high school or through behavior. So I used to have a lot of drinking friends because I used to drink a lot and party and so on. But the minute I stopped drinking to focus on my work, guess what happens? I lost a lot of friends very, very quickly because they had no interest in me unless I was drinking, right? Which, is a tough pill to swallow, but at the same time, it's very freeing because you realize that you're growing, you realize you're moving on. It doesn't mean you're better. It doesn't mean that you're somehow superior to the people who are still drinking and doing whatever they're doing, right? But it means that you're just moving on to the next level in your life, whatever that is, right? But it's very important to understand that in order for you to become a successful business person, you have to grow. And growing is really tough, especially in the online world, because you have to take on full responsibility. You have to stop doing certain things in real life to have the time and the money and the energy to actually fulfill your dream of building a business. And that is really, really tough, because the only way to do that is to sacrifice a great deal in your personal life. Things like Netflix, partying, traveling, seeing friends every weekend, getting drunk every weekend, eating out, all that stuff, right? Most likely you have to give up a huge chunk of that to have the time and the resources to build your business in the first place. And even that is a problem, because when you do that, you have to see your friends less. And when you see your friends less, they get defensive because they see that as that you're moving away. They see that as you're changing and they are not. Even though they may not realize that, but that is what's happening. And the problem with that is the fact that when your friends see you're changing, again, that negativity comes out because they want to keep you where they want you, and that is in their sphere. They want to keep doing what you're doing because they enjoy your company. And that means that some friends will support you, but unfortunately most will start making passive aggressive comments, little snide comments about your progress. They'll make fun of you either in front of you or behind your back, right? And they will start to try and basically bring you back down to earth. They'll tell you, oh, you've changed, you've become more arrogant, you've done this and that and whatever. And all that's happening is that they're just jealous because you're pursuing your dream, okay? And again, it's very difficult, but try not to hold that against them, because they are just doing what they feel is best. And most importantly, often they're just doing it's instinctive. They don't mean to put you down, they don't mean to do it on purpose, but they're scared as well, and their life is stagnant. And so when it comes to building your business online and sort of growing as an entrepreneur and so on, it's very difficult, because in order for you to do that, you have to change. Okay, so if you have whatever you have, that is your normal life right now. If you want to become a six-figure earner, right, you have to do X, Y, and Z to get there. If you want to become a seven-figure earner, you have to do X, Y, and Z to get there. And for most of us, the only way to get there is to make some drastic changes in your life. Why? Because if you were already making six figures, you would already have the mindset and the day-to-day routine and the implementation processes in place to make that money. If you are not where you want to be, then you obviously have to change, because what you're doing right now isn't working for you because you're not making enough money. Get it? So if you want to change, then there's a very, very, very good chance you have to leave some friends behind, because they're going to keep dragging you down, they're going to pour negativity on you, and they are going to make you feel worse about your journey. And guess what? Even when you do succeed, some of them will not support you that much, because the jealousy sets in, they resent you because you have changed and they haven't. Get it? I really hope so. Now again, that's not to say that the people who don't change aren't changing, because they're changing in their own way. They're doing whatever they're doing, okay? And so understand that when you change and when you move on to the next phase of your life, those friends you had before, okay, some were good friends, some were not, right? But you've split, you've divided, you're doing your thing, they're doing their thing. And if you want to catch up once in a while, totally cool. If you want to still be friends, fine. But you no longer have an influence of each other in terms of what you think of each other, because that is just the natural growth of being an entrepreneur. When you start growing, you will separate yourself from other people because they're doing their thing and you're doing your thing, and you move past each other, and that's just life, okay? And you have to get over that and move on. Otherwise, if you try and cling to the past, all you're doing is slowing down your growth rate and making it more difficult for you to actually move forward, okay? When it comes to the whole topic of family and friends, it's a minefield. It's very difficult. But you will notice, like I said, that when you start moving and growing, you have to leave some people behind because they don't understand. And it's very difficult to articulate that to your friends because they're over here and you're over here, and you're trying to do something in your life where being an entrepreneur, the core foundation of being an entrepreneur is that you are outside the norm, you're outside the conventional box of 9-to-5 job, having children and doing this normal thing, because you have more flexibility, you're doing other things, okay? Meaning that you are different. And that means that the majority of people are not going to understand what you're doing. And the natural reaction to not understanding is to belittle or to make fun of or to make snide comments because they don't understand what you're doing. Okay, it's that simple. So once you learn how to deal with that, it's easier, and you learn to find people who are in the same sphere as you, and you can find like-minded people. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, and please like and subscribe. And if you want to have me as your personal coach, and so I can help you build a real business online as an affiliate, jump on the link below, come to Tao and sign up, and I'll be more than happy to coach you for the next 6 months. Okay, so thanks, and I'll see you inside the community. Cheers, guys.